What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and I have an exciting video. Yes, it is another power bank, but it's not just any power bank. It's a 65-watt power bank, and I'm on a mission to find the best 65-watt power bank money can buy. And as you can see, it was delivered Monday. I got it for about $30-something. There's the listing on Amazon. It looks very similar to Eventronics or something, but the Eventronics has more USB-C ports. This one only has one. I also bought this because it's only a few months old at this point. It is January 2024, so that was literally just a couple months ago. Like 3 months? Anyways, I bought it. I want to check it out. 65 watts is a sweet spot for me. I need something that charges my Steam Deck at 45 watts. I need something that charges my Samsung at 45 watts, so that's 5 amps PPS. I need something that charges my Pixel 8 Pro at 30 watts, which uses PPS, or it can do power delivery. I need something that charges my iPhone at its maximum speed, which is like, 28, 29 watts. I haven't found the absolute perfect power bank yet, and I'm on a mission to do that. Also, I want one that charges both phones at 30 watts, putting out its full 60 watts. I will find the perfect power bank, and I will let everyone know about it after I find it. I can tell you with this only having one USB-C port, this is not the perfect power bank for me. Here it shows 5 volts 3 amps, 9 volts 2 amps, 12 volts at 1.5 amps, quick charge 18 watt max, USB-C input 15 volts at 3 amps, or 20 volts at 3.25 amps. That sounds amazing. I'm super excited about that. And that USB-C port can do 20 volts at 3.25 amps. So the input and output can do 65 watts. So that's promising so far. It says its capacity is 74 watt hours. You can do 45 watts with the USB-C port while you're doing 18 watts with the USB-A port. Honestly, I'm not using that USB-A port. Also, the model number is PBL1. Biggest reason I got this one is because the Eventronics was like $59. And come on, this was like barely 30 with the cells, and I think I got one of those little click here to apply a coupon as well. That doesn't mean I won't get one of those. It's just, I mean, honestly, you probably don't want to pay more for something that does the same, right? So if you can spend $30 and get a quality power bank, why would you buy the $60 plus tax version of it? So you get a little carrying case. I've never even heard of this company before. Llano or... So I have no idea how you pronounce that. Looks like 2 L's. So, llano? I don't know. But the power bank's right here. Packaging is empty now. Let's see if there's anything useful in the instruction booklet here. So, yeah. Not a whole lot going on, which it's a power bank. You really just plug it in to charge it, and you charge whatever it is you have to charge up. So, all right. I like the size. It feels like a more compact 65 watt charger, and that's a very nice display. Very clear. This is a bright room, and I can clearly see that. All right, so I've got a scale here, and I want to see how much this thing weighs. It weighs 352 grams. In use 65 watt power bank with 45 watt input weighs 494. Basius's 65 watt charger, I believe 60 input, 65 output with super fast charging 2.0, which is Samsung's 5 amp 45 watt charging. It weighs 434. And then last, and maybe even least actually, is Anker's 65 watt. I say that because it charges at 30 watts, and myself and a lot of other people have only gotten it to charge at 20 watts. So it takes a very long time to recharge it at 20 watts, but it drains very quickly at 65 watts. So it's not the power bank that I recommend. So that's actually quite light in comparison to the other power banks. All right, so taking a look at the rest of it, we got the power button, we got the one USB-C port, the one USB-A port, and nothing else. The back shows some of that information that we previously saw on the back of the packaging. So I'm going to plug in a charger. This is a 120 watt wall outlet. And oh my, that is very nice to see. So we're currently charging at 19 volts and 3 amps for 60 watts. Now the power bank is at 78%. If the power bank were to be at like, 20, 30% battery, it would charge even faster, or it should, theoretically. Now, my goal is to drain this battery, see how long it takes to recharge it from empty to full, and then see how much percentage is left after it fully charges a dead Steam Deck. So I've got to drain this thing and then figure out how long it takes to charge it back up. But before we do that, let's see if it supports Samsung Super Fast Charging 2.0. So I'm going to plug it into the bottom of the phone, which this thing was completely dead, so we're going to have to give it a minute. While we're waiting for this thing to charge enough to really start using it and seeing how fast it can charge it, I really do like how small this power bank is. It feels significantly lighter than all the other options I have. And if you don't need multiple USB-C ports on your power bank, this could very well be the best option for you. If this does not support PPS, which is programmable power supply, that will be an absolute huge bummer because all of the power banks in this category so far support PPS, some at 25 watts, some at 45 watts. Okay, so we got the two icons there. So it supports super fast charging. So far it only says fixed voltage, so that's not a good sign. That'll be fine if you're using like a Pixel or an iPhone or something, but if you're using a Samsung, it's only going to charge at 15 watts at fixed voltage. And I just noticed that this has a little green icon that's staying lit. If this is flashing for you, it's only flashing because of the camera. To my eyes, it's not flashing at all the numbers. Oh, and look at that. It changed over to PPS. So, and also, if you look, we've got PPS. Look at that. And on here, it shows 27 watts. This poor thing hasn't been used in a little while. All right, let's do an unplug and a replug. It's got another update. All right, on the lock screen, let's go. Do we get super fast charging or super fast charging 2.0? 2.0 means you got 45 watts. So we're only doing 1.0, which is 25 watts, which still that's good, but this is a 65 watt power bank. It definitely should be capable of doing 5 amps for 45 watts on your Samsung, but it's not. So there's already some more cons there about this power bank. So it can charge your iPhone 15 Pro Max at its full speed, which is great. Since I saw PPS, I know it'll support this Pixel 8 Pro. And sure enough, it's able to charge my Pixel 8 Pro at its full speed, which is great. All right, I'm going to fully drain this battery by letting it charge my S22 Ultra. And then I'm going to let it charge my Steam Deck. Whatever I need to do, I'm going to get this thing down to 0. And then we're going to see how long it takes to charge. Alright, so it looks like at 100%, we have 77 watt hours put into this battery. Alright, so it looks like it put 62 watt hours into the Steam Deck and it called it quits. Alright, I went ahead and charged it up a second time and I got 76 watt hours on the second time. Alright, Steam Deck is full for a second time. There's a little bit left in the battery pack. Actually, I lied, it's at 0. But we put 60 watt hours back into the Steam Deck for a second time. And it had 9% remaining on this earlier. The fact that it charges at 60 watts and puts out 65 watts the entire time is pretty awesome. It's small, lightweight, and very portable. Is it the best power bank for me? No. But it's one that I will use when I want to charge my Steam Deck. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. This is what we joshed you, and I'm out.